Did you know, is it sociopaths? Sociopaths or psychopaths? I think it's psychopaths. They don't catch yawns. So, because
Oh,
when you catch a yawn, so if I yawn and then you yawn afterwards or something like that,
I didn't though.
it's well, it's also we're not next to each other. It's different, but it's a lot of. I can never remember if it's psychopaths or sociopaths, but yeah, they don't have. It's probably both. They don't have empathy, so that they will never catch a yawn. Hi, I'm Ash,
And I'm
and this
Tate.
is not as fucked.
What is the difference?
Um, one can so neither of them really have empathy or oh my god.
Oh, I'm yawning too. I'm not a sociopath. Oh.
Um, neither of them really have empathy or anything like that, but one of them, so psychopaths sort of fake it, sociopaths don't. They can't. Very, very simplistically
Right.
way to put it, essentially. Learn that Tate
I don't
is a
know what.
sociopath.
Yeah, possibly.
It says prone to fits of rage.
Ooh. I'm pretty. Well, like everyone's prone to fits of rage. Like when you think
You're
about
trying to
it,
rationalize it.
I no,
I'm gonna
like
put
if someone like pisses you off, like you're gonna get angry. For the most part, I'm very calm and cool-headed.
I mean, there are lots of psychopaths and sociopaths out there. It doesn't mean that you go around killing people. You just think about it sometimes.
I mean, we all think about it sometimes. That's cool. Um,
Hi.
hi. How are you going? I don't think we've actually said that yet.
I'm fine. I'm here.
Hi. You're here.
I'm here.
That's good.
I'm here. I've had a weird week. I got drunk last
Weird
night
week.
with my family. That was fun. It
That's
was
good.
my cousin's birthday. We had a street party.
Happy birthday.
Well, we didn't have a street party. My family sat in the driveway. And then the neighbors across the road, who are very musically talented, played us a little concert.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
so we did that. And we had cake.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, how's your week? How are you? Hi.
Hey, my week was good. Not good. It was alright.
My week was good. Oh, well, maybe not.
It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was good, per se, but it was definitely a week that happened in life. I went to work on Thursday, and 100% honestly thought it was Wednesday. And I was like, oh man, 2 more days to go. And then like someone laughed at that, and I was like, yeah, right. And then like didn't say anything. So sounded like an idiot. And then I got a coffee with my mate. And I was like, fuck, 2 days to go. And he was like, yeah, it's Thursday, right? I'm like, what? What do you mean?
Wow.
It was the best feeling ever because I lost / gained a day, and yeah. Anyway, that was incredibly boring, but it was so exciting at the time.
My
Yeah.
dad called me yesterday and he was like, how come you haven't wished me a happy Father's Day? And I was like, Dad, Father's Day's on Sunday. And he was like, oh, okay then. And then left. All right, Dad,
Yeah,
well
good.
then.
Awesome. Thanks for reminding me about that, by the way. Ooh,
Oop.
100% would have forgotten. 100%. But yeah, that's it. That's life. What are we talking about today? Oh, here's a good one. Uh, so
Yes?
so I because of my awkward social interaction
Oh no.
at work.
Oh no. Mm.
That doesn't quite work. Damn it.
Oh, are you trying
Um,
to segue?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm just gonna watch you struggle for a bit. Today's topic is social outings, coping and comfort.
Social outings. Yeah, sweet. There we go. That was my plan all along. You fell into my trap.
No, it wasn't.
Social outings. Well, speaking of social outings, I mean, you went out last night, right?
Sort of. I mean, we can't go anywhere. I mean, but I was at my family's house.
Yeah, because there's definitely a difference between, well, like there's like a few stages of going out. Like in a certain circumstance with hanging out with people, there's like if you're going out and there's family, because you always feel like more comfortable around family, you know. And there's
gonna disagree there, but continue.
Well, like. No, it's like hard to explain. Like in a broad sense, it's comfortable, like because they're your family. You know, like you can just be as happy or as shit as you want because you don't really care because they're your family and they will fucking deal with it, right? In my experience, anyway. Then there's like if you're going out with like a group of friends, like you know everybody, all that sort of stuff. And then there's like sort of if you're going out and you may only know like a couple of people or something like that. And then maybe even like if you're going out and you don't know anybody at all. You know, there's like a couple of different segments to sort of unpack.
Have we clarified if you're an introvert or an outrovert?
Outrovert? An outrovert?
What is it? Extrovert. Wow.
An outrovert.
I'm just gonna...
Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Tate. I've been an outrovert.
Fucking bye. Jesus Christ.
Click like and subscribe.
Oh, can we start again?
Start again?
I feel so anxious. Yeah, can we start again?
Do you want to stop recording?
No.
Okay. You okay?
No. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Probably because you've had coffees and Red Bulls, and
I didn't even finish my first coffee.
But it still contains caffeine, and caffeine is absorbed into
caffeine
the
helps
blood
me.
stream.
If I don't have caffeine, I die. It's like oxygen.
Not true.
Yeah, it's true.
However,
because I get sad.
No. That's.
I literally have had the least amount of caffeine I've ever had on one of these shows.
Maybe that's why.
I need more caffeine. That could be it. You might be onto something.
So last episode, pretty sure it was last episode, we were having a massive discussion about which vacuum Ash should get.
Yes.
Whether it was a Dyson or a Roomba. And you went with the Roomba.
Yeah, I went with the Roomba because there was more positive reviews than there were negative. And the Dyson had quite a few negative reviews about how long the battery actually lasts because it's cordless. And also robot vacuum.
Robot vacuum.
Yes.
It just needs to be able to like voice control.
Yeah. Well, it's got an app, so it's kind of
robot,
close.
Clean my shoes.
Actually, oh my God. No, it does. It connects to my Google Home. Which means I can tell my Google Home to turn on the vacuum. So yeah, it does.
Holy crap. Okay, well, I take it back. Roomba was definitely the decision.
Yes.
Fuck Dyson.
Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Holy crap. Okay.
So.
Wow.
I love him.
Yeah, sweet. Well, I mean, I've got nothing. Then that was clearly the right decision. Now, if you put googly eyes on him,
yes,
as well as like get like a sheet of paper or something like that, color it in different colors, and then cut like a strip, and then cut it along like that, and it'll be like a little hula skirt. It's going along.
I was thinking I could cut out like a piece of paper and put it on top, and it'd look like a little cape, like he's zooming around with a cape on.
Yes. Or buy like one of those little top hats and put it on.
I have quite a bit of cardboard. I have quite a bit of cardboard, so I could just make one.
Make one.
I'm
Make
gonna
one.
make
Even
Dagwood
better.
a top hat, and he can be Dapper Dagwood.
I will Dapper Dag. Oh, damn! I'm expecting this to happen now. If you don't do this, all of the fans are going to be let down.
All of the fans.
Just saying.
I'll
All of the
record
fans,
I'll record a
including
little
me.
video of me doing it, and we can put that on there as a Patreon bonus episode.
Yes.
Okay.
Sweet. Keen. That's awesome.
Anyway, so social something.
Social outings, coping,
And comfort.
crime,
Crime.
comfort,
Social outings, coping and committing crimes.
and committing crimes.
Social outings.
And how to do it whilst feeling anxious.
I am very openly an introvert. Well, no, okay. So I think I've said it before that I'm an introverted extrovert, as in like, I'm not an outrovert.
You sure it's not an outrovert?
I said outrovert earlier, and Tate likes to make fun of me now. I'm stupid. Get over it.
Outrovert.
In the fact that
Absolutely.
I would rather stay at home because I don't really like going out with a lot of people or having a lot of people over or anything like that. But once I'm friends with someone, I'm a lot. Or I can sort of, if I have to, like sort of switch on a bit of a extroverted outside. Whatever. Like
Yeah.
I can be introverted on the inside, but I'll give off like an extroverted sort of personality.
Introverted outrovert.
Introverted outrovert. You see where I got outrovert from, though. In and anyway, I guess interior and exterior is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's not outerior.
Inside and outside. Shut up! I don't feel well. Anyway, so yeah, I'm an extrovert, sort of obnoxious personality when I'm with my close friends, or if like I feel like I have to be, or if I'm fueled slightly by alcohol. But there'll be a point where sort of that snaps, and I just want to go home by myself.
Murder. Oh, okay.
No, that's all the time. That doesn't change.
There's definitely like some days though, especially even when you go out and you're like around a group of people that you're comfortable with or anything like that, that sometimes, you know, you just don't feel like being as boisterous as what you normally might be, or you know, you might be having a really good day and you might want to be a little bit a bit more of the life of the party than usual, you know.
I find that I have a very small social battery, so I'll have a really sort of, I'm just going to keep using this analogy, like full battery for like the first hour or two or something like that, and then rather than it being like depleted, it just fucking dies. Like it just goes from like full to a little bit less than full, and then that's enough for it to cut off. It's like an iPhone from 2011 that you're still trying to use now. So that's me, and I get very quiet and snappy and bitchy, and then I get sad, and then I will just leave. Yeah. So I don't have a lot of advice or ways to deal with that. So my coping and comfort is just have a panic attack, essentially, or leave.
So it's having a panic attack or just excluding yourself from that current situation.
That's my coping.
Just removing yourself from what is happening.
Yeah, that's my coping,
Okay.
which isn't good, but that's something that happens.
Okay. So is that something that you want to try and change, or are you happy with the way that works for you?
I guess it's kind of like, no, I don't like the way that works for me. I hate it. But also, like, there's not much I can really do about that right now, seeing as we're not allowed to fucking go anywhere.
It might not be something that you can sort of do right now, or, you know, fix or change but I guess it's something to just set yourself a little goal on to work towards,
Mm.
for
I
the
find I'm
future if you
able
want to try
to
and.
sort of um like if I'm having a really good time, it's me being fucking chaotic. Like I don't have the ability, for some reason, to be out and having a good time and also be in control. Like, I'm just a nightmare.
You're just describing Hulk right now. Hi.
Yes. What do you like when you go out? How's your social battery? I don't know how to do this topic. I'm sorry.
Social battery. No, it's. Oh, I mean, it's like if I'm. It, it really depends on where I'm going and how I am either looking forward to or not going to that place or that party or that meeting or that whatever. Um, because I know, for instance, um, I went out with my family last weekend, and it was like a really nice day and everything like that. And I haven't seen them for a little bit, um, but like I was just in a real shit headspace, I guess.
Sorry, the
And
way you
like
phrased that for a second, I was like, shithead space or
shit headspace.
so you were being a shithead or you felt shit?
I just felt
Right.
shit. I wasn't being a shit because I was like, at the same time, like I was trying to convince myself, like it's a really nice day. You're seeing your family, hanging out with my nephew. It was like cool, but I just wasn't really there for it, which kind of sucked because it was like it was really awesome. And like thinking about it, like it was a really good day, had lots of fun, all that sort of stuff. But like at the time, I was just pretty closed off, and I was like, yeah, that's cool,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, or probably a bit how I was last week in the episode that we did,
Yeah.
a bit like that.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, and like if I was to do the same thing this week, like I'd be much better. And I guess that sort of carries over from the past couple of weeks I've been having. But like when it comes to perhaps a certain specific search or outing, like I feel as though for the most part I'm pretty much very much.
You good English well.
I'm yes, indeed. I'm pretty much generally extroverted. I enjoy having fun, seeing people, chatting,
Life
laughing,
of the party.
drinking. Of the party. I mean, stop it. But yeah. So I feel as though like when it comes to my social battery, I'm pretty much like an Energizer bunny until I guess
You
something
are
shit
the
happens, and then
Energizer
I'm like,
Bunny.
yeah. Um, yeah, even when things go wrong, I'm just trying to think about to give an example when something shit has happened, and then I can't quite think, but
I think for me, it very much depends on sort of the people that, like, I feel like it would be like this for everybody, the people that you're around. It very much depends, like, who I'm actually with. Um,
yeah, absolutely.
and I I have a very low tolerance for like certain personalities and things like that when I'm not very much a people person. I like to think that I am, and I can be if I really need to be. But like there are certain personality types that just sort of don't really gel well with me sometimes. And like it just depends on the sort of mood I'm in, because with me, like with my BPD, it kind of goes like, it's like essentially being on a roller coaster. I think I've said this before. It's just like 1 minute you're A, next minute you're B, next minute you're C. Like it's very in the blink of an eye, sort of your moods change. And so I tend to have a relatively short, I wouldn't say, well, yeah, short fuse or short sort of like tolerance for things. And I find that if I'm with a group of people where like there's probably a few more, I don't even know how to phrase it. So if I'm out and I'm manic, essentially like where I'm having a good time, because for me it's like I'm either having a good time and I'm manic, or I'm sort of take charge, kind of like if I'm mothering or, helping people get from A to B, whatever it is, or I'm organizing something, that's usually when I'm in a bit of a depressive episode. So if I'm in a
Yeah.
depressive episode, I can be super fed up with people that like either aren't listening or are just mucking around, and because I don't feel like I'm having fun. So that's when I'm like, I need to leave. And it's really hard for me to do that because a lot of the time whenever we go out, it's with Tanna's friends because I don't go anywhere. um, and that's where I'm like, I just need to leave. But I come off like a super bitch because I'm just so tired and like just I don't want to be out there. Like I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm bringing everybody down. I act like a bitch. Like I just want to go home, but all the time I can't do that because Tanner's having fun. So then I'm just like the bitch in the corner, you know. And it's kind of hard, especially when you go out with people that don't sort of understand that. Sometimes I will just like dissociate and then all of a sudden go from being manic to not, or the other way around. So it's, yeah, I guess it's something that I've slowly had to sort of come to real. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm done. I'm sorry. You talk. I don't.
Don't. I don't. I don't know. You're just talking about like
I'm really having a
your
weird
mood
day today.
being through. Your mood being through. So, how did you feel when you went out yesterday? Out.
Out of.
Being
I
to the
did go,
driveway.
yeah, into the driveway. Um,
You went outside,
mm,
technically.
I think it was. Well, it was unexpected because I wasn't actually expecting to do anything. I went to grandma's just in the morning to see her because she was getting sad that we hadn't seen each other in a while. Um, and when I was about to leave, she asked me to stay longer. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, oh, we're all having, tea and cake in the driveway for George's birthday. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. I'm essentially wearing my pajamas, but sure. Um,
Sweet.
and like I felt fine, and like it was nice. Um, but I think also because I was drinking bubbles and it was like very sort of small and then it sort of dissipated pretty quickly. I was kind of just mostly on my own. But there was a point where I was like, they started talking. My family's everybody's crazy intelligent. Um, and they were like, some of them, my uncle, my cousin, and her boyfriend were sitting around the table talking about politics and culture and stuff like that. And I was like, I think I'm too mentally ill for this conversation. But
Yeah,
there was a
right.
point where I was like,
Perfect.
oh, I don't think I am equipped for this conversation. So I was just like, I'm gonna leave. So I went home. um, but I think that was
Yep.
also different because I haven't seen anybody for a really long time. Um, but like when we go out in, like, something that really sticks out in my memory is we went out to so me and Tanner and then his friends and their partners, we went out to a place in Perth City. It's like a brewery or something like that. Um, and
Little gracious.
no, it was on South Bank, I think,
Damn.
or
South Bank.
or yeah, it was south of the river somewhere. It's actually, I think it was where, um, I think it was where your mum used to live, around there.
Near Mill Point Road,
Yeah, around there.
South Perth.
Yeah, it was around there somewhere. It had just opened up. It was really cool. Anyway, we were there for about an hour before all of a sudden I just started feeling really anxious, and I think it was because I didn't really at the time, like, I didn't feel like I got along with anybody in that group that much. Um,
Yeah.
and I was really tired. I'm pretty sure I just come from Flight Center Travel Expo in the city. at the convention center, which is fucking huge. You're on your feet for like 14 hours and it's just hundreds of thousands of people all the time. And so I'd come from that. So I was really tired and I was just so done with talking to people. I think during the expo, actually, I went and hid in the bathroom for like an hour and a half because you only got like a half-hour lunch break and it was at like 3 o'clock when you got there at 7. And it was just fucked. And I went and hid in the bathroom for ages because I was like, I'm too tired. I can't do this. I'm too stressed out. And the day is just all sales focused as well. Anyway, and I was really tired and I guess I was just in a bit of a down mood because of how tired and stressed I was. And I think somebody must have said something that just made me feel like if I'm gonna be like that, I shouldn't really be there. I don't think that's how they meant it, but that's just how I took it at the time. And then all of a sudden I was just like in tears. I've got to leave. And Tanna's like, can we just stay another hour? And I was like, I am gonna catch an Uber and go back to the hotel because I'm done. I can't be out here anymore. I need to leave. I'm pretty sure he ended up coming with me, but it was just very much like just one person says one sort of thing or acts in a way where like I might as well just not be there. Sorry, I feel like I don't know where I'm going.
Well, I feel as though that might have been definitely heightened because of the fact of your physical and mental just tiredness. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially if you're working such a long day and you're going out and you're not really in that headspace to be able to deal with, you know, the group of people or the setting that you're in or, you know, where the conversation leads or something like that. And if, you know, and especially like, you know, that they didn't mean it in that specific way, but
I can't even remember
like,
who said it
your
or
brain,
what was said. I just know something made me feel like I shouldn't be there.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, not important on the exact details, but if you get that feeling of that, whether it's from one of your friends or from the staff or from the situation or the conversation, you know, whatever, like, especially when you're that tired, your brain is going to just release. You know what I mean? And you're just going to feel shit and you're going to be like, okay, well, like, I can't deal with this right now, mentally, physically. I'm just not prepared enough in myself to keep this facade of, you know, being happy and everything, where I just need to just go and just either be by myself or just have my time, you know, because like you can have conversations with people and someone will say something and you're like, that was fucking dumb, but like, you know, you can just push on. But I feel especially when like you've been working a big day or something like that, or something, you know, specific has happened in your life, where there's just times when something just snaps it, you know, something's said or something happens and you're just like, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
I just need to go. Yeah, and I feel as though like that can happen with like any situation. Like even sometimes, you know, with works, like something happens and like there's just shit piling on you and something happens and it's bad and you're like, all right, I can deal with this dickhead, just move on. And then it just like keeps piling and piling and piling. And then eventually, you know, you're either going to collapse or you just have to remove yourself from that situation, you know?
Yeah.
It just depends on where your mind and body is to deal with that specific circumstance.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel as though in that circumstance, like you were just like obviously very tired and everything like that. Probably, I mean, from the convention that you were at, there was probably a lot of idiots that, you know, wanted so much for free or discounts on things and, you know, all that sort of stuff.
I think it's also like,
so,
because
like,
after
you slowly get to...
Sorry. After Expo, like all of the agents get together and they drink and sort of start to party a little bit. And I think going from that, where it's like a different kind of energy, to then with a group of people that are a different kind of energy again, just sort of was a few too many changes for my brain to sort of handle. Like, I couldn't keep the first energy going because obviously I'd gone somewhere else, where I was really enjoying myself, and then leaving that to go to this other place just sort of short circuited my brain a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the thing as well. Like, definitely the energy of the places where you're at. Like, being at the convention, like any sort of expo, there's always hundreds of, or thousands of people. You know, there's always this buzz, this constant energy that's just like flowing, and you have to be on it. And like, you know, like, not that I've been to heaps, but you know, I've been to a few, and it's always like when you're there, like you just there's so much. What am I trying to think? There's so much. Fuck, my brain just didn't work for a second. Like, yeah, input.
Pressure?
There's so much. No, like so much to see and do, and there's like fuck. God damn it.
Activities.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like, there's so much
Stuff.
Oh my god.
Are you Googling it?
Oh my god. Hang on.
I think that like, for agents as well at the time, the energy of actually working the expo and then the sort of relief afterwards where everybody gets to let loose kind of thing is just such a weird shift.
Oh my god. And there is lots of...
You're trying to think of like sensory overload.
Yes. Like, but...
I don't
like,
think there's a word for that.
There definitely is. Definitely.
You could just say there's an overwhelming amount of things going on.
Yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna... Fuck it. So, like, I feel as though, like, especially when you're in an expo, you know, there is so much going on. Like, there's, like, this constant, I guess, like, the...
On it again.
Sensory overload, I guess. Yeah.
There's a constant stream of just, like, information and just...
Exactly, and
there's
so much, and you're always so aware, and everything is just like being taken in, and there's sights and colors and smells and people and all this sort of stuff, and like you're constantly heightened in every way. And then like when you go to like the party afterwards, you know, you're sort of carrying through that energy, especially if you're with the same people, because they've all collectively been experiencing the same thing that you are, so they're all carrying that same, well, maybe not the exact same vibe, but you know, that same vibe and energy through to the party, and you talk about things that you saw and heard, and you know, all that sort of stuff. And then if you take that away and then you carry that energy over to a separate party, and they've got a completely conflicting vibe, I guess, you know, and it's kind of like sometimes they click, sometimes it doesn't, and especially if what they're feeling is less than what you have, it tends to, like, you obviously want to, when it comes to psychology and things like that, you try and mirror, you know, to fit in, or, you know, to better be around the people that you are. So your energy drops, and then you get that sudden loss of energy. So, you know, you all of those hormones and chemicals in your body just like try to dispel themselves, and then because you've been feeding off of this high energy for so long, your body's like, well, shit, this sucks. Do you know what I mean? That was super long, but like there's definitely in social situations, or it can, you know, can be the complete opposite, where you're not feeling great, and then you go and hang out with like some people that are really cool, and like you're having lots of fun and everything like that, and then, your body naturally mirrors their energy, and you're brought up to the same level that they're at. So it can be this sort of like two-way thing where in a social situation, and this also depends on the type of person you are, how you deal with certain things, all that sort of stuff. So no one is ever going to be exactly the same, in certain situations. But it's definitely like, and this may happen, and there may be different effects. You might be feeling one way and the exact same thing will happen. This all depends on how you're feeling or your mood. It depends if you're on any medications or anything like that. There's so many different variables, the reasons why things can happen. I feel as though, even though in that particular circumstance where you wanted to go, that's completely fine. If you feel like you can't be in a certain situation or deal with certain people or anything like that, don't think of it as something bad that's happened, because if you can't deal with it, you shouldn't have to force yourself to deal with it.
I was just thinking about it, and I think that whenever I was in a social situation, I'm gonna say was, because it doesn't happen anymore. If I was on the higher end of, let's go with the vibe scale. The vibe scale. So if I was on the higher end of the vibe scale, where I was having a good time and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden I sort of have a swing where I'm then on the lower end, I kind of go from quiet and sad to then very quick to angry if somebody points it out.
Okay.
And I think, just thinking about the fact that the topic is called coping in comfort, I think that for me to have a sort of flawless good time, or well, it's not going to be flawless, but a consistently good time, even with my mood swings the way that they are, I think I need to have the people that I'm with sort of, or at least one person, I'd need to have somebody that sort of has an understanding that I do just need to sort of disassociate and then sit quietly in the corner or just play Stardew Valley on my phone, or just do something that's something else for a bit. And I think that's why whenever I go out with Victoria, or more recently with Tanna, or with other people that sort of know a bit more about me, I have a much more enjoyable time when I don't have that pressure of always having to be at the top of the vibe scale, because my brain and my emotions don't work like that. They're like this, constantly up and down. My hand is a dolphin, sorry. And I think, for me to cope and be comfortable, the main thing I need is pressureless is not the word that I wanted to say, but it's what I said. So have that.
Pressureless and outrovert. Those are the two that we've got today. Welcome back to Englishing with Ash.
What's the word I wanted? Help me.
Pressureless. What do you?
Well, not be under pressure to be at a certain understanding. That's what I need, so that there's no pressure on me to be constant, because that's not how my brain works.
Yeah, no, I feel that's great. I feel as though probably to my detriment, sometimes I can be too outroverted, as you would say, where even if I'm possibly not in a good headspace, I will just keep that facade and try and
asking,
just try and continue that high energy, that love the party stuff.
I think I used to mask a lot when I was younger, but I dropped it very quickly after high school. I was like, I'm no.
Yeah.
No, it's not working for me.
Too tired
Yeah.
for this
Yeah.
bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. Um, and yeah, I feel as though that like definitely happens. Once again, I'm trying to think of a specific circumstance where, um, well, I mean, I'm sure there has been plenty where times when, especially there was one that I was feeling like shit, and I think I had like hay fever or something like that, and I was like feeling sick, and I was pale, and my eyes were itchy,
Snotty boy.
and I was like just feeling so shit. Um, and because of that, I was just like uh, horrible. But we're out at out at Dan Murphy's. That's right. Um,
Good old Dan
not sponsored.
Murphy's. Not yet.
Um, not yet. But I feel as though yeah, that was definitely one that stands out to me where I was feeling crap, but it was somebody's birthday, um, or something like that, and yeah, it was just like I have to try and be happy at this point and have to have to laugh and stuff. Um, and I guess that's it's sort of my way of coping with it as well, where I would much prefer to do that than to just be like, sorry guys, I'm feeling shit, um, and take the backseat type thing. Um, but I mean that's just how I would do it, and then just absolutely collapse when I get home. um,
Does that coping make you
uh,
more comfortable or does it make you more uncomfortable? Sorry, yeah, coping by masking it, essentially.
definitely more comfortable.
You feel more comfortable masking.
Definitely, absolutely, absolutely.
I think I'm not
And
convincing enough. I think that's why it would make me uncomfortable because I know that I'm just shit at that.
yeah, um, yeah, yeah. I guess that's I guess what I'm good at. Um, I've been doing it for so long. I've basically got it down to an art by now. Um, but like don't get me wrong. There are times when I just feel like shit, and there are things that happen, and I would just be like, I can't do it. You know, and that's when you like message someone and you're like, hey, sorry, I can't make it tonight, because of X, Y, Z, or just sorry, mate, I can't come out tonight. I'm not feeling well.
Yeah.
And that's like fair enough. You should never feel bad for saying no or not going to something because of your mental health, but at the same time, don't let that run your life, and don't make it so that every time something comes up, you use that as an excuse. Because there have also been times when I didn't want to go out or anything like that, but then you do, and it's better just to get out of the house or get out of wherever you are and go and be around people. That's just me. That's just
I guess if
how
you
I
sort of
feel, and like how would you feel?
yeah, I guess if you are aware of the kind of social situation that you're comfortable in, would make it a lot easier to sort of be able to do that. Like if I wasn't feeling well, or like if I say I was in like a pretty depressive state or whatever, and I had a birthday party for a friend from work or uni or something like that, to go to, I very much likely know that I'm going to be super uncomfortable being there. Whereas if the situation where I wasn't feeling well and I had a dinner with Victoria and Steph, dinner at their place, I know that that's a situation where I would be able to feel comfortable because they have the understanding of like, if I get there and I'm not feeling great, like they're not going to berate me for it or anything like that.
Yeah.
We can just sit and be. Um, And I also know that like the way that I am isn't going to, I guess, affect the way that they are either. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like, I know that
Yeah, yeah,
going
of
there,
course.
I'm not going to bring down them, even if I'm not doing well. Um,
Hmm.
and then that would likely end up making me feel better. Whereas if I'm going somewhere that I know I'm not going to be in a comfortable situation, I'm going to come out of that feeling worse. So I guess it's a lot of like figuring out what you're feeling and what the sort of situation that you're going into is going to be like. But then anxiety can come into
Yeah,
that, and then you're like, what if this happens and that happens? And then it's kind of like a trial and error sort
absolutely.
of thing.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And that's, yeah, it's definitely important, and obviously much more so that, your friends or your company knows where you're at.
I love the word
You know,
company.
like Ash was saying, yeah, like if in your circumstance, like your friends know you and they
Mm.
know about your mental health and everything, so they're not going to judge you for just taking a seat back for a second.
Yeah.
Like, they know that sometimes you need your space, and it's important to be able to talk about this and reduce the stigma on mental health so that people can
Hey.
just say, hey, I'm feeling shit
I
tonight,
don't know what that noise was.
but I still want to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, cool. We would love for you to hang out with us. So, like, there's no pressure to be anything more
Mm.
than what you want to be. And if you
Well,
just want
something
to
that happened.
sit down and eat a chicken schnitzel, go for it.
Fuck your chicken strips. Um, actually,
I'm so glad you're saying it now.
yeah, I said it the other day and you weren't even around, and I went, Tate. um,
Yes. Good.
you have a thing with schnitzels at the moment, don't you? Because your most recent Instagram post is something like,
Well, I
get
wanted to
litty
know
chicken
about
snitty or
how
something.
people, yeah, get little chicken schnitty. I posted an Instagram thing as well saying how do people eat their chicken schnitzels,
Oh yeah, I messaged you.
because yeah, this was one that you messaged, because I bought a box of shapes that are chicken schnitzel flavored. So I'm going to be making a video
Can you tell me when you post
on
them? Because
all the
I don't check
responses.
like I don't go on Instagram or Facebook or anything anymore. So if you post something, you got to let
Well,
me know so then I can go and look at it.
all right, okay, I will. But yeah, I'm going to prepare these biscuits in the responded ways of how people like to eat their chicken schnitzels. And in your circumstance, you said, what was it,
Mushroom
mushroom or
sauce
something like
or
that?
barbecue sauce.
Mushroom sauce. So I'm gonna have to
Oh,
whip up a mushroom gravy, um, and see what it's like, and then barbecue sauce on some of the other
I
ones,
hate it.
which is
I
good.
hate it already.
Mm, yeah, yeah. So that'll be
Mm.
fun. That'll be fun.
What I
But
was saying
anyway,
before,
sorry.
I don't even know how we got there. Um, what I was saying before is that, like, at the start of the episode, how I was saying that I've had a bit of an up and down week. There was a day this week, I
Yeah,
actually don't know what day it was, where I was feeling really,
Monday,
really bad. What?
Wednesday.
I don't know.
I was I was just trying to
Oh, I
guess.
thought you knew. I was
Thursday,
like, oh, fucking no. No, I don't think it was Thursday. I think it was Tuesday. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Tuesday.
I was feeling really, really bad, and I was just sitting at home by myself, and I was like, I can't be here because I'm just gonna get drunk by myself or something. Like I can't enjoy anything. I didn't feel very safe,
Yeah.
so I messaged Victoria and I was like, hey, I know you guys are working from home today, but can I come over and just not be by myself at home? She was like, yeah, of course. So I had no idea what the day would entail. So I packed a little carry bag of like, in case we got drunk and I slept over. So I packed pajamas and then I packed my laptop and my Switch and a whole bunch of other things. Um, and then I
That's
stepped
cool.
out the door and I was like, oh shit, forgot my mask because Victoria. And I went out back into the house, grabbed my mask, shut the door behind me, left my keys inside. I was like, fuck. Now V has a spare key in my house.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, well, I could walk it to you, but it'll take me like 45 minutes to get there. And I was like, well, no, that's stupid. I could order you an Uber or I could call my cousin Elliot to come and get you or something like that. And then I was like, oh, that's stupid. Why don't I just Uber to hers? And then Tanner can get me on his way home or something. anyway, did that, spent the day there, and it was good because they were just working and we just put Funhouse on the TV and I just sat there, just not really doing anything. We had some drinks and then we just chilled and existed for a bit. Tanner picked me up on his way home and I came in the door. This is sidetracked, but I need to tell you because it's very funny. I came in the door and I couldn't find my keys and I was like, fuck, like where the fuck would I have put them? And I looked in my bedroom because I packed in like a fucking manic frenzy for a minute, like, and I could not find them anywhere. And Tanner's like, did you actually check your bag? And I was like, no. So I looked through this bag and it's sitting in the, must have been the first thing I put in the bag because I don't need my keys to get into my car. So I must have thought like I don't need to have them out because it's like remote. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, the story was about how I went to Victoria's and I was able to just be there and feel better because there was no pressure and it was like a comfortable situation, but also that I'm a dumb fuck.
Yes. Added bonus.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a good part of the story. Also, we mentioned RT like a lot. I've found out. Like you just said Funhouse, right? And then like I'm sure we've been talking about Rooster Teeth.
Probably.
Like, quite a bit. Achievement Hunter.
Probably.
Funhouse. Yeah. All the gang.
I think last episode I was wearing a Funhouse shirt.
We should get them to sponsor us. I'm sure they'd do it.
I'd die. Yeah. Anyway, that story. The purpose of that story was that I was able to sort of identify what I needed and the fact that I needed a comfortable social situation in order to sort of feel better, and that I knew exactly what.
No, it was it. Like the screen froze for a second.
Sorry. And I knew sort of what I needed and how I could get around that. And then also that I'm an idiot and don't pack in a hurry.
Don't pack in a hurry. Or just check your bag.
I can't believe I didn't even check my bag when I thought I locked myself out.
Yeah.
I'm still mad about it. But I didn't have to pay for my Uber, so it was okay because we order so much Uber Eats that I had a free ride.
Nice.
So, I mean, and it was, I got a comfort because I could choose any of them. I got a comfort, so you could choose the temperature. And, oh my God. Okay, so here's the thing about social situations. Everybody fucking hates, well, okay, no, that's a generalization. I fucking hate getting in an Uber and having to talk to them. Talking to the person that's driving me. I hate it. I hate it. Taxi drivers, I don't like, just don't talk to me. Uber comfort, 1, you can set the temperature. 2, you can set the conversation. You can say...
You can set the conversation.
Yes, you can say silent ride. You can choose chatty ride, ask about your day, business. There was something about like a certain topic you could pick. What? Yeah. And so you could choose, like I was able, because I was in such a bad state, I was able to choose silent ride. And he just said, are you actually going to Box Hill? And I was like, yep, no worries. He was like, okay, no worries. Is the temperature okay? And I was like, yep, it's perfect. And he was like, okay. And then nothing. And it was great. Thank you, nice. Uber, for inventing Uber Comfort. I love it. It is great for me. Yeah, it's fabulous.
All right, well, there you go.
That just really fucking hyped me up because I got so excited about that.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I'm so excited that I didn't get excited.
I'm so excited that I didn't have to talk to somebody.
Because I didn't have to do anything. And I guess, that would really help because if you need to get an Uber somewhere, like that's the thing. Like you get in an Uber, and I guess it's a bit more prevalent now of the fact of like if you sat in the front seat.
Oh no, I don't ever sit in the front seat.
It was. See, I always sit in the front seat.
Yeah, but you're a dude.
And I feel weird sitting in the back. Because I feel like I know they're taxiing me around, but I feel like it's.
I will sit in the front if I'm with somebody else. So like Tanner, for some reason, has the same thing as you where he feels weird sitting in the back. So I will sit in the front then. But if I'm alone, no fucking way am I sitting in the front by myself. I don't know this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
That's
I
true.
guess it's probably harder for guys to understand, but if you ask a girl, if it's just them in an Uber, they will
Yeah,
never
I
sit in
get
the
it.
front because that's how bitches die. Like, put it
Yeah,
bluntly.
I guess it's a bit harder with. I guess there's a difference between like taxis and Uber, because with Uber there's so much
Even
more
taxis,
information
even
about the
taxis, I
person,
don't know a single girl
and
that'll sit in the
you
front
know
of a taxi or anything like
a
that by
taxi would
herself.
be yeah,
Nope.
yeah, yeah.
You know how many serial
Um,
killers have worked as cab drivers? That's a lot. The number is substantially
tell me,
high. I can't give you an exact number, but I know it's up there. Pretty sure the Zodiac
be
killer
good.
was
It'd
a
be good to
taxi
know.
driver, but they haven't figured that out yet. But I think he might have been.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway,
No, not really, but yeah, and but I mean that's just a whole different kettle of fish about how women feel uncomfortable in so many situations, and it's just fucked.
all of them essentially.
Um,
If
all
they're
of
by
them,
themselves, it's all
which
of them.
is fucking ridiculous, and us men need to be better.
Yeah.
But that's also like a different situation when it comes to not exactly like genders, because I don't want to make this gender specific or anything like that. Um, but there are definitely people who feel less comfortable in most
Mm.
situations.
I feel like a lot of people
Um,
like any gender, whatever it is, if you're by yourself and it's just you and a stranger, everybody's gonna feel a little bit like, you gonna kill me? Who are you? What are you gonna do? Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, going into a taxi or going into an Uber to get somewhere still counts as your social outing.
Mm.
So even as little as that, or walking somewhere, or walking home, or catching the train, public
Are you
transport,
the kind of
all this sort of
person?
stuff.
So
Yes.
this should be a new way to develop like people's social, I guess, personality types. Are you the kind of person
Okay.
that at night will you ask an Uber driver if they've been busy?
Uh, no, because that is stupid. I'll say, "How's your day been, mate?" Oh yeah, I am one of those idiots that talk to the Uber drivers unless I don't want to, and it's especially now that I have to sit in the back seat because of COVID. Um, it's a
Do
lot
you
easier
start the
not to talk to
conversation
people, I guess.
or do you just continue a
Oh
conversation that's
yeah,
you start, oh
definitely,
fuck.
definitely,
We are
definitely.
polar fucking opposites, I
See,
swear to God.
because it's the fucking it's the the power move, because I've started the conversation, whereas it's not like it's not as though you're waiting for the cab driver to say something and you're like, fuck, I hope they don't talk to me, fuck, I hope they don't
That's
talk to
me.
me. If I talk to them, but if you start the conversation with them and then they fizzle it out, and then you can be like, yeah, cool, I'm just saying it works, and then just keep talking to them.
Just talk at them.
don't don't do that. But sometimes you might get like a really friendly Uber drivers, and like I've had so many like just good chats. Like there was one I remember back in Perth. One of the Ubers that I took, the guy owned, I think it was like a strawberry farm or something
That's
like
cool.
that, and it was like exactly like it was really really cool. And then there was another one that was like a pilot that was just doing this for fun, and it was like all this sort of shit. And it's
What a
you know
sadist.
it was pretty yeah, it was a bit weird. But like that that was pretty cool. Um, but at the same time, like I can understand if being in that situation would make you awkward. You don't know this person; they're just picking you up and dropping you off. You will probably never have anything to do with this person ever again. Why does it matter? But that's just me, I guess. And a polar opposite to you, comfort, no talkie, backseat, we good.
Heater on,
Like,
mouth
but
off.
that's yeah, yeah. But that's fine. Like that's absolutely fine. There is no right or wrong way to that you have to be able to, or you have to act in certain situations. You know, it's
There you
always
go.
best
If
to
you're
just do
socially
what's comfortable for you.
uncomfortable like me most of the time, get Uber Comfort. It's the same price
Comfort.
as a regular Uber.
Yeah, we've learned something today. There
Yeah.
you go. I mean, it's probably a good place to end it. Otherwise, we're just going to be talking for far too long.
And also probably going around in circles.
And circles. Yeah. Like a roundabout. Like in an Uber.
You know they don't have roundabouts in America.
Roundabout.
They
Why?
have four-way. This is a friend was telling me this the other day. They have four-way stops. So it's just a stop sign on all four corners. How stupid is that?
So what?
I don't know. I don't know what the rule is. I don't think they know what the rule is. Just whoever gets there first, I guess.
Like if it's an intersection, you would have traffic lights there.
Sometimes it's just a stop sign.
Or at all four corners, or like it would be on two of them.
No, it's on all four.
Because there would be a dominated road.
Four-way stop. Whoever gets there
If
first.
we've got any people in America, can you please explain? Please explain. Please explain the stop sign
We have listeners
situation.
in South Africa
I'm
now.
quite confused. Hey.
Hello, South Africa.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
The only word I can remember in Afrikaans is lekker, which means good. Lekker like a cracker.
Was that because of
Good like a biscuit. Rolene's
your friend?
Rolene. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know she
yeah.
lives in Sydney. We've had this conversation.
Rolene.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I just completely forgot her name. Sorry,
Right.
Ro.
That's the only word I can remember. She taught me all these swears and stuff. I don't remember them, but I remember lekker. That's all I got.
Lekker. What does that mean?
I told you, it just means good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Because her mum always used to say
good.
lekker like a cracker. So like good like a biscuit. It's like my most vivid memory
that's
of
great.
Ro's mum is just her walking around the house vacuuming and saying that.
Lekker like a cracker.
Anyway,
That's good.
thanks so much for watching.
Anyway.
For all of our podcasty things, go to the website.
Website.
It'll be in description,
All
show
in there.
notes, wherever it is.
All the information.
I've been Ash.
And I am still Tate.
And this has been Not As Fucked. I almost said I've been Tate. I was like, wait, what?
And
He's
I've
been Tate.
I've been Tate.
And that's Tate. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, good. Jeez.